Okay, so now we're going to be doing a run and fell seam. This is also known as a jean seam. So how we start this is by putting our right sides together, just like with the flat seam. I've got a slightly bigger seam allowance than I did before, and you'll see why. This can change depending on what you're sewing. Okay, so like the flat seam, we're going to start at the top, do a few stitches of back tack, and stitch in a straight line. Tack at the end. We're now going to take this to the iron and press it open. Take the iron. We don't want to steam too much because we don't want to burn the calico, so just a quick burst. And then we're going to press that down again. Okay, so now we're going to have to remove some of the seam allowance on one side. You can either do this by eye or you can measure it if you like me. I like to measure. And I'm going to take off half of that seam allowance. And I'm going to draw a nice straight line. And then going to remove the back part of the seam allowance to the side so I don't cut that by accident. And I'm just going to cut along that red line. Move that to the side. Okay, so now if we push all this over to this side, we're also going to then fold underneath that smaller piece of seam allowance and finger press that down and push it to this side. We're then going to press that and then we're going to top stitch down this edge. Okay, so I've now pressed this all in place and I've pinned it to help me keep it all nice and straight while I'm stitching. I want to go as close to the edge as I can without going over. So I'm actually going to line up the edge of this fabric with the edge of the foot here, if you can see. And that way I know that I'm going to be top stitching without going over. So we're going to do a back stitch as well, like normal. And back stitch at the end. Cut all of your threads off. So it looks like that. This is the inside, and then this is the top side. So you should only see one line of stitching.